Okay, so it's been a little while since I've done a football club history video, and I mentioned a few days ago that I was obviously going to be doing some more of them, of some European clubs, and we were going to look at Belgium and Austria and Holland and some of the other leagues across Europe we haven't touched on yet. And so for the first time, we're doing a Belgian club, and we're looking at Standard Liège. Now, their full name is Royal Standard de Liège, and their home stadium is the Stade Maurice Dufresne in Liège. Has a capacity of 27,670. Now, Liège is in the Walloon area of Belgium, which is the French-speaking bit, southern half of Belgium. And that's very, very important when it comes to rivalries, when it comes to Belgian culture, Belgian society. The Walloon are the French-speaking side of Belgium, and the Flemish are the Dutch-speaking side of Belgium. So that's the north side of Belgium speaks a form of Dutch, and the south side of Belgium speaks a provincial version of French, which is why their nickname, which should be Le Rouge, is La Rouche, which is the Walloon French for the Reds. That's their nickname. Now, the club itself, founded in 1898 by pupils of the Collège Saint-Servais, and the name is in reference to Standard Athletic Club of Paris. So they're a very historical club, one of the oldest clubs in Belgium. 1898, they're older than a fair few of the Football League clubs in England right now. Now, a very interesting stat, they've been a top flight club in Belgium since 1921. That is longer than any other Belgian club. That's 103 years they've been playing in the Belgian top flight. So, great history. But then the last couple of years have been very, very interesting and troubling for Standard Liège, because in March 2022 they were purchased by 777 Partners. Now, 777 Partners wanted to buy Everton. 777 Partners are also involved in industry, amongst a whole host of other, tentacles that this group has financial involvement in. This month, beginning of this month, they were declared bankrupt in a London court. So the future of the ownership of Standard Liège is up in the air. The future finances of the club is up in the air. And the club have struggled in recent seasons under the 777 Partners ownership. Now, this is not the only football club that they own. I will do a video looking at 777 Partners and their involvement in professional sport. But the future of the club financially is very, very uncertain, with that bankruptcy ruling in the High Court in London earlier this month. And very, very troubling. They're also, got issues over in Australia with the airline industry. I watched a documentary on that. So these 777 Partners, 777 Partners, one of the members of the investment group has been, found guilty on drug trafficking charges. There's been question marks over where they're sourcing some of their funds from. And of course, when they were interested in purchasing Everton, there were some deep, deep concerns about their, the fit and proper persons test. Would they, be deemed fit to own a football club? Now, thankfully, they haven't bought Everton, but they were allowed to buy Standard Liège. So there's got to be questions now over the Belgian club ownership system, as in who can buy a football club. And I think UEFA in general, who can finance and have shares in and be stakeholders. Club ownership is a big thing. Now, we have the German Royal 50+1. There can still be some very dodgy people who can invest in German football. So Standard Liège have fallen afoul of some dodgy owners. Now, their honours, they're a very successful club. Very successful club. They have 10 Belgian Pro League titles, that's the Belgian top flight, 8 Belgian Cups, a Belgian League Cup, and 4 Belgian Supercups, and 2 European finals appearances. So they are one of the more successful sides to come out of Belgium. The Belgian League, so they've been in the top flight since 1921. It took until the 57-58 season, in the league at least, to win league silverware. But they've done it 10 times, as I say. So their first league title is in the 57-58 season. They win again in the 60-61 season, 62-63, 68-69 season, the 70-71 season. So they're reasonably successful in that period between 57 and 71. That's half their league titles come in that 15-year period. That's 1 in 3 league titles end up pretty much being theirs. And then they have to wait a decade until the 81-82 season to get further success, and then 82-83. And then we have to wait until 2007 to 2008 for their 9th league title, and their final and most recent league title was in the 2008-2009 season. So they were a very, very successful side in the 60s, is their main period, with a bit of the 70s and a bit of the 50s. 2 league titles in the 80s, at the beginning of the 80s, and this is when Belgium had one of the best international sides in the world. Much like now, they had a golden generation in the 80s into the 90s. There was a thing called the Belgian Golden Generation. They would go really well in World Cups and Euros, never quite winning it, sort of like now. Except the Belgian League was classed as one of the top leagues in Europe at the time. Now, the Belgian Cup, they've won 8 times. Similar pattern of the success. They win their first major honour, actually, is in the Belgian Cup in the 53-54 season. So it still takes a long time for this club to win silverware. Over 30 years from entering the top flight to winning their first trophy. The 65-66 season, they win their second Belgian Cup, and then the 66-67 season, they win their third. And then there's a lengthy period until the 80-81 season before they win their fourth. So they win 3 major trophies in the 80s, not bad going. But then over a decade until the 92-93 season for their 5th Belgian Cup. And then in the 2010s, before 777 partners buy the club, in the few years before 777 partners buy the club, they win 3 Belgian Cups in the 2010s. The 2010-2011 season, the 2015-2016 season, and the 2017-2018 season. That 2017-2018 Belgian Cup is actually their last major honour as a club. So it's been a while, it's been a few years now, and with the uncertainty off the field, it's concerning that their lengthy run in the Belgian top flight could come to an end with what's going on off the field. The Belgian League Cup they won in 1975, and the Belgian Super Cup they won 4 times in the 81, 83, 2008 and 2009 seasons. They also were a Cup Winners' Cup runner-up in the 81-82 season, losing to Barcelona, and they also were runners-up in the old Intertoto Cup in 1996. So yeah, reasonably successful. Any club would be happy with that kind of trophy cabinet. A couple of European finals in there, and a very, very glittering trophy cabinet. Maybe not as successful as they would like, but they're still classed as one of the top Belgian sides when it comes to success. Their rivals are RSC Anderlecht, Club Bruges, RFC Serang, Sporting Charleroi, another club from Walloon, for the Wallonia region, RFC Liege, big city rivals, Racing Genk, St Truden or STVV. These are their big rivals, and some of the clashes get very, very heated, especially with Anderlecht, Club Bruges, RFC Liege and Sporting Charleroi. They get nasty because Belgian society, when people think Belgium is a very peaceful country, since World War II, there hasn't really been involved in an international conflict. EU's headquartered in Brussels. It's a key component of European trade. Very wealthy country. You've got the Flemish community and the Walloon community, and they don't like each other. So when it comes to football, that rivalry between the communities gets borne out in the footballing rivalries and gets quite nasty. And the police have to, it's basically pitched battles. So it's quite a nasty one. The divisions in society born out in the rivalries. We will look at some of the other big Belgian clubs like Anderlecht, Club Bruges, RFC Liège, Brussels FC. We will look at them. Some are going to be real fun to look at. But from me for now, thank you very much for watching. That's a brief history of Royal Standard de Liège, or Standard Liège. Uncertain future. Let's see if what happens with 777 partners and their ownership, and whether they sell the club goes into administration. The future, because it would be a crying or shame if another big club, or any club for that matter, has financial difficulties. We're seeing that enough as it is. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below. I will have some more content for you guys very, very soon.